a sticky note is Klay will average 20 and they will win. That's a sticky note.
Well, you know what? I believe in Klay. Klay will average 20 and they will win the championship.
There you go. There we go.
Now that's
I know this might sound crazy, but I think Klay Thompson should have left a long time ago instead of playing second next to Steph Curry. I get that they've been together from the start, but sometimes fairy tales don't quite happen in the NBA. I always thought of Klay Thompson like James Harden, not as a sixth man, but a possible budding star that never really got that chance.
Running to Curry, there's 3 kings there. Gets it to Draymond, down to 5. Klay Thompson at 3. Klay for the win. Good!
I told you. Klay Thompson is still out there. If you want to take Steph away, they got another killer.
I get that they've been together from the start with the whole Splash Bros thing and wanting to play together for the rest of their careers, but sometimes fairy tales don't quite happen in the NBA. For some reason, I feel like he stunted his own growth.
bro. You got rings to show for it.
Yeah, but I never had to carry a franchise like you, bro.
Yeah.
Well, let's start by saying nobody expected much of him besides being a son of a former NBA player. Or maybe, if you live northwest of the country, Klay Thompson went to a not so popular college in Washington State. Be honest, no one really paid attention. He was never looked at as being the super athletic player. His draft comparison was Wesley Person.
Klay Thompson. I'm going to take Klay.
He got drafted by the Warriors, paired with undersized Steph Curry and Draymond Green that later became a dynasty. Klay Thompson has an amazing resume, setting NBA records for having the most points in a quarter and secured a few championships, which gives him the right to flash his 4 rings gesture.
I know, Book, you gave him the...
That goes on 8, and he has 3.
But what happened to him is sad. In 2019 Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Toronto Raptors, Klay Thompson had tore his ACL. It was really tough to watch because we've seen this injury ruin plenty of careers. Most of the time, players barely get their old self back. Klay Thompson went through rehab, which can arguably the toughest part of getting injured. He had to watch the Warriors struggle without him and losing the championship. That's tough for anybody to go through. But Klay Thompson did come back, but was he the same? Klay Thompson finally returned in 2021 and the crowd went crazy.
He's back!
It wasn't the same Klay they were used to. What happened was the Warriors kind of moved on and they found other scoring options such as Jordan Poole. So when Thompson came back, it was just weird. Thompson wasn't playing like himself either. He was rusty and trying to fit in the team again, which never really happened. Critics started to mention the decline of Thompson. In some games you can see the frustration in Klay.
There's a new career high, and Steve's like, are we fouling on purpose there?
Sometimes he used to lash out on players such as Devin Booker. He even mentioned it in this interview.
And we all get insecure at times.
Yeah.
I'm not man enough to admit that. I'm man enough to admit that we all have our moments of weakness. So I'm not really proud of that one. Because I see Devin Booker and I should be like, man, I should be proud of this young man.
Yeah.
Like,
even though Klay wanted to stay with the Warriors, they couldn't come to an agreement with contract negotiations. What really put the nail in the coffin was the Warriors saying they were starting Podziemski and bringing Klay Thompson off the bench. This was a similar issue when the Warriors were trying to bring Thompson off the bench for Jordan Poole, and that didn't happen. He went 0 for 10 in an elimination game. This time the decline in Klay's performance was too hard to ignore. It was inevitable that a split was going to happen, and it had to. Thompson signed with the Dallas Mavericks. It caught me off guard, but not really surprised when you think about it. From the Bay to Dallas, some might think it's odd, but I think it's the perfect fit.
I just feel like he's going to be much more efficient with the Dallas Mavericks. Nothing against the Golden State Warriors, but the way they were using him, ball movement, body movement.
Playing next to Doncic and Kyrie, and the Mavericks coming off a deep playoff run, Thompson's experience will be more beneficial than people think. I feel like people forgot how good Thompson is, and it's easy to say he doesn't have it anymore. He recently went 0 for 9, picking up where he left off from last season. When I watch Klay Thompson, nothing is wrong with his shooting mechanics. It's a confidence thing. He looks out of rhythm, his feet look heavy, looks like his head isn't in the game. Maybe he misses the Warriors. Of course, he is not in tune with the Mavericks yet. It's still early in the season. The whole thing is confidence. No matter how good of a shooter you are, if you lack confidence, you will hit nothing. Social media definitely got to Klay Thompson. He needs a sports psychiatrist. You listen to outside noise, you will second guess everything. When Klay Thompson shoots, he's shooting like he already missed. Think about it, back-to-back injuries kills your confidence. You start second-guessing your body. After a few games in the season, it looks like he is settling in quite well, shooting 50% from the arc, looking like his confidence is renewed, and it's good to see Klay Thompson's journey with the Mavericks might just be the fresh start he needed. So what do you think? Is Klay Thompson back to his old self, or is this just a temporary spark? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I brought you in to be a three-point shooter. And what do? You set the Mavs record for most threes in a Mavs debut. It was incredible to watch. Here was. Congratulations. Here we go. Here we go.